What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to an official player announcement video. Jeremy Frimpong, welcome to Liverpool. The deal is done, the release clause was triggered yesterday and Fabrizio and David Ornstein, two very reliable journalists, have confirmed that pretty much like just the paperwork needs to be signed and then the deal is pretty much done and dusted. And also Liverpool played an absolute blinder. Richard Hughes, I take my hat off to you, because we announced just a few hours before this news broke that Conor Bradley has signed a new 4-year contract at Liverpool, which is absolutely sensational news, and it just gives a big middle finger to Trent Romano, because Trent is not even left Liverpool yet, and Liverpool already sorted their right back spot for next season. And as soon as Bayer Leverkusen's game was over, pretty much it was announced that the deal was done with Jeremy Frimpong. So we just waited for the season to be over. Hopefully that will be the case with Milos Kerkez as well, that after Bournemouth's last game, we will announce that we are signing Milos Kerkez. Liverpool are acting very decisively and quickly in the transfer market, and I absolutely love it. So if you are excited and if you are happy like me, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and turn on the bell notifications so you never miss the latest updates around Liverpool FC. The transfer season is up and running, and this is the channel to get all your daily Liverpool transfer news updates. So Conor Bradley said to sign another contract. I'm very proud and happy to see what the next steps on our journey together will be. You've just got to keep your head down and keep working hard. Absolutely brilliant player. And also in this video we will take a deep tactical look at what Frimpong could bring to Liverpool and what his strengths and weaknesses are. So I'm really excited to bring you guys this video. I did a lot of research this morning, and Conor Bradley's target is to play more games, to win more trophies, and then the whole point of playing football is to obviously win trophies and to be successful. So the more of them we can win, the better it will be for me and the whole team. And remember, Conor Bradley was a Liverpool fan growing up, and he has been at the Liverpool youth academy for many years, and he also said, I want to add more goals and more assists, and I want to get better at defending as well, so just probably improve everywhere. And David Ornstein confirmed that Jeremy Frimpong is going to undergo a medical ahead of completing a move from Bayer Leverkusen to Liverpool. The release clause, Liverpool will activate it, and the 24-year-old right back has agreed a 5-year deal with Liverpool. So the release clause is just 35 million euros, that's 30 million pounds, an absolute bargain for Jeremy Frimpong. I mean, if he didn't have a release clause, he would probably cost 70 million pounds. And he actually has 14 more goal contributions than Trent Romano in the last 2 seasons. So he could be an upgrade on Trent Romano. And Fabrizio said, here we go, Jeremy Frimpong set to join Liverpool, agreement done for the right back, as Leverkusen are informed on the 35 million euro release clause being triggered. He understands Frimpong will sign a 5-year deal with medical now being scheduled. So welcome to Liverpool, new right back Jeremy Frimpong, and he will join the Dutch contingent of Virgil van Dijk, Cody Gakpo, Ryan Gravenberch, and the manager Arne, who in his first season already won the Premier League title. And I think we are building an even better team for next season to not just try to retain the Premier League title, but also try to win the Champions League, try to win the FA Cup. And Liverpool are building a very fantastic, strong team for next season. So Liverpool have already triggered the release clause, and Frimpong has last season 14 goals and 12 assists. This season I think he has like 5 goals and 12 assists as well. And Frimpong is a homegrown player because he spent his youth years at the Manchester City Youth Academy, and this season he already played 48 games, so he's not an injury-prone player. He played 47 and 48 games in the last 2 seasons, which is sensational, and he will be a direct replacement for Trent Romano. Then also it's great news that Conor Bradley signed a new contract until 2029. Frimpong will sign until 2030. So the right back position is sorted for the next 4 years at least. And Ben Jacobs provided an exclusive inside look into Jeremy Frimpong's move to Liverpool. He said that he's set to join Liverpool after after verbally agreeing terms on a 5-year contract, and Liverpool have had Frimpong on their radar since last summer. But last summer Leverkusen didn't want to sell him, and Liverpool still had Trent at the club. Frimpong was sold on a move to Liverpool long before even Trent Alexander-Arnold's future was clear. He will now replace Trent, but still faces competition from the highly rated Conor Bradley. Negotiations proved both smooth and very fast. Frimpong also had serious interest from Real Madrid, Barcelona, Manchester City and Manchester United over the last 18 months. But this long-term project really tempted Frimpong at Liverpool, because what stood out to Frimpong about Liverpool was his conversation with Arne and the sporting team and the long-term project on offer. Liverpool made it clear to Frimpong that they saw him as a key player, even telling him he was their first choice signing in his position almost 1 year before the deal was even done. Frimpong has made 190 appearances for Leverkusen and he scored 30 goals, and of course he's not just a right back. We will look at his stats and what he's good at in this video. Frimpong is understood to view himself as a right back with attacking qualities, capable of thriving in a back four and committed to improving defensively. Frimpong's defensive game has already matured hugely, and he now works with dedicated coaches off the pitch to sharpen his positioning, his decision making, his one-on-one defending. So when running data on Frimpong, Liverpool also noted his goals and assists rank among the top four fullbacks in Europe over the past few seasons. And here you can see his stats actually against Liverpool when Liverpool won 4-0 against Bayer Leverkusen. And he has very good, impressive stamina. He had standout numbers at Leverkusen in high intensity running, in recovery sprints and total distance covered. He is physically relentless, bombing up and down the pitch. So even if he is caught upfield, he will track back much quicker than Trent Alexander-Arnold. And he's one of 7 siblings, which I didn't know by the way, raised by hardworking parents with very limited means. He's a very humble guy, and his mom still donates to charities across Ghana and UK on his behalf. And his personality is just absolutely infectious. He's a bubbly guy and he will fit right in alongside the Liverpool dressing room. Frimpong is a big gaming and anime fan in his spare time, using both to unwind after training and games. He's also an animal lover and owns a dog called Maru, who is an integral part of his family. And Frimpong has recently started reading as he looks to both learn and unplug from screens. He's into both self-development books and plain old fiction. But above all else, Frimpong is detail-driven on and off the field. He works with individual coaches to improve his technical, tactical and physical development, and he believes there is always room to improve. Just like when Alexis McAllister joined from Brighton in 2023 for £35 million, this will be one of the bargains of the summer for just €30 million. And Frimpong seemed like the logical choice for Liverpool under Michael Edwards. It's a great price, he's at the ideal age, he has a ton of talent, even more room to grow, and he doesn't have Trent's range of passing, yes, but he covers a lot more ground. So he will have a big impact on Salah's positional game as well as the right-sided midfielder. Trent was given a ton of freedom at Liverpool, and that did come with a price paid by his teammates. A lot of the times Szoboszlai needed to track back, sometimes even Salah. And also if you are talking about just the traditional attacking basics, Frimpong is a better player than Trent Alexander-Arnold. He scores more goals, gets more assists, but Trent has an insane level of passing range and technique. It would be like comparing David Beckham in his prime to Ryan Giggs in his prime. Different players with different strengths. I agree. So Frimpong makes a lot fewer long passes. He also makes more progressive carries. But what Liverpool would be getting with Jeremy Frimpong, we will look at this thanks to David Sagar and Ana Gonzalez. We will look at how he would be a good fit at Liverpool. And since Xabi Alonso arrived at Leverkusen, Frimpong has played in a right wing-back position, and as we said already, he had 24 goal involvements that season where Leverkusen won the Bundesliga and the German Cup unbeaten, and they also went all the way to the Europa League final, and Frimpong scored 14 goals and got 10 assists. This season, 5 goals and 9 assists, or 10 assists in 48 games. Not as prolific, but he also played a little bit further back. So let's see what kind of player Frimpong is. Arguably the most eye-catching thing about him is his movement. He sprints a lot. Frimpong has made the most sprints in the Bundesliga this season with 1021 sprints. He's also very fast. 36.34 kilometers per hour is his top speed, ahead of the likes of Alphonso Davies and Karim Adeyemi, who are also two of the other fastest players in the division. Only 6 players in the Premier League have registered a higher speed this season. The fastest from Liverpool is Luis Diaz, but basically Frimpong will be the fastest Liverpool player when he signs. And Liverpool will be losing a lot of long passes on the ball when Trent Alexander leaves. Trent has attempted 286 long passes and he has a 42% accuracy. Here you can see how many more long passes Trent Alexander attempts successfully completes compared to Jeremy Frimpong, but Frimpong has made significantly fewer long passes, just 32. He does have a similar completion rate to Trent Alexander at 44%, but it's difficult to read too much into that given the pretty small sample size. You might think that's impacted by his advanced position, but Frimpong only attempted 77 long passes in 21-22 when he was primarily a fullback and not a wingback. He just isn't as expensive as with Trent Alexander with his passing. But what right back is, this isn't to say he doesn't advance the ball, because he just happens to prefer running with the ball instead of passing it. A carry is when a player moves 5 or more meters with the ball, and only 2 players in the Bundesliga to attempt at least 250 ball carries this season have a longer average carry progress than Frimpong's 8.3 meters. So he gets the ball on the right wing and he carries it forward, either running inside or outside, and 30 Bundesliga players have more than his 192 progressive carries, carrying the ball at least 5 meters upfield. And 109 of those Frimpong progress the ball at least 10 meters, a figure only 13 players can better. And once Frimpong gets going, he can be difficult to stop. Trent Alexander, by contrast, has recorded just 63 long progressive carries this term. Here you can see Frimpong's carries throughout the season for Bayer Leverkusen. It's really impressive, and he occupies mostly the right wing, as you can see. He is also very effective in these situations. He has 4 assists following a carry in the Bundesliga. Only Florian Wirtz and Amura have at least as many. When Frimpong played right back in the 21-22 season, his average carry progress was even higher at 9.7 meters, because he started from further back probably, so he had more room to carry the ball forward. Of course, Liverpool will miss Trent Alexander-Arnold's crosses, but Frimpong also produces plenty of crosses from open play. Only Mittelstadt in the Bundesliga has attempted more open play crosses than Frimpong, who attempted 116. These are potentially gains to be had with respect to his accuracy. 7 players have recorded more than his 22 successful open play crosses, but Trent Alexander only recorded 23, so only 1 more. Frimpong also generally attempts to cross the ball closer to the byline than Trent, but that will be obviously impacted by his higher starting position as well. So here you can see Jeremy Frimpong's open play crosses on your right and Trent Alexander open play crosses on your left. So that's a very interesting comparison, I think, as well. Frimpong can expect far more touches at Liverpool in an orthodox right-back role, unless Liverpool change how they play drastically, but I can't see that happening. This season, Frimpong just averaged 50 touches per 90 minutes. Trent Alexander 87, Bradley 85. A significant number of his touches come in dangerous areas though. Obviously the fact he's a wingback plays into that. Only Wirtz has had more touches in the opposition's box than Frimpong for Leverkusen in the Bundesliga this season, while his 4.5 touches in the opposition's box per 90 is significantly more than Trent Alexander's 1.9. However, despite playing at right back rather than wingback, Bradley has averaged 5.3, which could be where Frimpong's style begins to make more sense. Arne may want his right back to burst into the penalty area more than Trent Alexander does. Where some people have struggled to see the sense in pursuing Frimpong is the defensive side of the game. Trent is an elite talent, but he has had to put up with pundits discussing, of course, his defensive problems for years. It would be inaccurate to say Frimpong is a great defender, but he's also not a particularly bad one. You know, he played 43 Bundesliga games largely as a right back, so this is probably a more relevant time to judge Frimpong's defensive numbers, given the difference in what he's asked of a fullback defensively compared to what you ask of wingback defensively. So in that time when Frimpong played just right back, he averaged 1.6 tackles, 0.6 interceptions, and one possession 4.8 times per 90 minutes. He also won 40% of his 1.7 aerial duels. This season, Trent and Bradley both averaged 2.6 tackles, and Trent Alexander wins possession 5 times, Bradley 4.9. Bradley has done well in the air, winning 58% of his aerial duels. Trent only won 28%. That's awful. I mean, very, very bad. Frimpong's pace allows him to get back and cover counterattacks, but he could do with working on his body shape once he does, sometimes struggling to slow down enough to stop an attacker from cutting inside. Frimpong can also be too head-on, which means that he can be unbalanced when the winger picks a direction to try and burst past him. He does have a knack of sticking a foot out to prod the ball away before that can happen, and he's capable of using his agility and small frame to his advantage, wriggling between the attacker and the ball when space allows. So Frimpong can still be coached and improved. Trent Alexander's improvement as a defender on their slot has been noticeable, and Arne will back himself to teach Frimpong how to reach another level in that area as well. Frimpong has enjoyed a very strong bond with his current coach, Xabi Alonso, so you know, I expect him to be right at home at Liverpool. And Frimpong will also enjoy Salah distracting defenders, running at them while Frimpong overlaps Salah, and that is going to be a very, very lethal weapon in Liverpool's arsenal. And Frimpong's experience of playing higher up the pitch could also see him provide cover for Salah, who will be, you know, going to the Africa Cup of Nations next season. And Frimpong played a lot of games. He's almost always available, hardly ever injured, and that's very important as well. The reaction to Trent's leaving was aimed at a player who doesn't want to be at the club anymore. It's notable that most stories about Frimpong's arrival have emphasized Frimpong's desire to be a part of things at Liverpool. So football, like Jeremy Frimpong, football really does move quickly, and just a few weeks after Trent announced that he's leaving, now we are sorted our right back position. Absolutely brilliant. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun recording it. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. See you later, guys. Goodbye.